Oh, again, how to tint a 2021 Kia Stinger. We're going to try this again and again until we run out of time, and then I got to just get the car done. Boys, take number 3, huh? I'm very scared because, again, things are going fine. I am now keeping an eye on CPU temps, which seem to be fine. Load. It's very low. Third time. Yes. Yes, the third time. I don't know. It's just blue screening. And that makes me feel like one of these cameras is one camera too many. And then there's just like, maybe it's the software. I'm going to keep it stripped down for a little while and try and figure this out. So right now we are running off of all 4 cameras. We do have our voice chat thing open. So if it stops here, I'm assuming it's one of the 4 cameras that is just like, it's just the way that they're plugged into the computer right now or something. It's just causing like some weird hiccup. My CPU temps seem to be good. CPU usage is 9%. What the heck, dude? Like, there's just, I couldn't even begin to tell you exactly what is going wrong. But what I do know is we have an actual car to do. And so this is the stuff that keeps me from doing what I love to do. But we power through it. God damn it, we'll get it. We'll get it. So, camera 1. Camera 4. Camera 3. Camera 2. Camera 2. Camera 2. Hey, there we go. All right, Canon. Oh, did we not connect the headset? No, it should be, right? Oh, no, we didn't connect the headset. There we go. We should be good. Do I see a non-Starbucks coffee? Yes, you do. Oh, Canon. Canon. There we go. Yes, you do. It's a Tint Wiz coffee. All right. Oh, I've been trying to find the cart on Amazon before the stream dies. It's called a Beta C27S. It's by a company called Beta. They're like a foreign, they're like, I think from Italy or something. It's kind of jank for $500, but it's good enough. I really like it. There just was nothing else like it. You got this? Oh boy, we hope so. We hope so very much, but this is what happens when you really push things. I have no idea where the conflict is coming from. Like, it's just whatever. So I'm still expecting to do it again. I don't know how long I can run. Usually crashes around this time. I wonder if it's like the actual software for the cameras running in the background. So they're plug and play cameras. And that's how I would reset them. But I can deal without that for now, because they just put out a software update. So we're going to leave that on the back end. We're going to open the essentials, and I think we might be okay. If anything, we put out more notifications. Are you thinking about another tinter or two to make your shop get more of a business? Not yet. Not yet. Seeing an influx from the 600 stimulus? Not yet. Well, maybe. I missed a call this morning, so it could have been for that. I got to get started. Holy shit. I got to get started. I actually have work to do. This was dropped off at like 12:30, 12:45, and oh, that's the heater. So we definitely like, I got the cameras. I was super stoked. Then you like set up all the little fidgety bits on like, you know, the title, the thumbnail, monetization, make sure the headphones are connected over, you know, all the little things that prevent me from streaming. Got all those things going, and then it crashed. Although we're getting really good at starting it back up again. We're getting better. It's like training. Like, let's go. We got to get shit done. All right, so we're going to start tinting, right? Right. And cross our fingers that nothing crashes. Hopefully it was that software. So let us put on the GoPro. What is the main camera? That is a Canon SL2. But everything is more in focus now. One reason I got the lens I have on it, like, so half of the camera is the lens, and the other half is half of the camera is the camera, and the other half is really the lens that you put on it. So the body costs $450, the lens costs $650. It's a f1.8, but it's heavy as fuck, and it has no stabilization. Now there's a lot better cameras out there. Like, I bought this in 2018. There's more mirrorless cameras, more stabilization, and more competition. So it's a good camera. Don't you love that hair? It's a good camera, and it looks great here with the lens, but it's very difficult to, like, film on the go or anything. So now it's my dedicated streaming camera. So let's put this up to my brain. Brain connection, Neuralink, right? So right now we have 6 cameras, which is insane. I didn't think we'd need 6 cameras. I didn't want to do it, but we have our main camera, we have the GoPro, and then we now have 4 tracking cameras that we're all switching. So there's a lot of shit going on now. Is it true you only get 3 notifications for when you go live? I think so. Back to back to back, YouTube then starts suppressing, like, the active notifications for the day. And that to me is okay, because there would be people that would literally just blow your phone up all fucking day if it was just notification after notification, even with the bell on. So, third time's a charm, maybe. I think we're good on the stream. You're gonna curse it, I swear to God. It was so funny. I was like, I think we're good. And then it crashed. So I'm still, if it does, I'm sorry. I'll try and get something up maybe on the Facebook group. But I got to get this car done. So this is really like the last chance for me. Ton of shit going on. Yeah, so also the chat reads on my headset. Bluetooth mic goes to there. Microphone here. RTMP off of the GoPro. Like, there's so much shit. GoPro. But it works. So this is my disaster of a room right here. So we're just going to close that up. Bye. Hey, Efren! What's the square footage of your shop, and what software do you recommend for machine cuts? Thank you so much for the 5. I really appreciate that. Camera 1. Okay, so we're going to answer that because Efren was very nice. Efren's been a huge supporter of the channel. I greatly appreciate you. Thank you. The square footage of the shop is 3,200 square feet, so that's a fair amount of open space here, and I still have some upfront office waiting space. So I almost think this is like 300 or 400 square feet, and then all back here, well, this is, yeah, I'm not going to calculate it right now. So I got quite a bit of space. And then as far as machine cutting, like plotter software, XPEL's honestly was the best that I ever used. And everything else has kind of been a disappointment. Now the problem is XPEL locks their software down to dealers only. So Computer Cut's another one, but they're kind of locked down to SolarGuard. There's TrueCut, but they're SunTech. And like that's kind of the problem, is like the really good one, they use it as a selling point to try and get you on their film, but then their film is kind of locked down to only dealers in a certain area, and it's kind of hard to recommend exactly what software, because Tintech 2020, I use that, but like a lot of the cuts can be fucked up, so then you just waste time. So it's hard to like recommend anything other than XPEL software, because they made it so damn good, and it was actually good, and then they fucking locked it down. I just ordered some GeoShield Carbon. Can't wait to try it out. So I hope that answered your question. I've been triggered on I've been triggered on plotter software for a long time. I don't know what to recommend to people. I don't like to recommend anything that's locked down. Tint tech is garbage. Film and vinyl designs has not been very good either in my experience. There was this point where film and vinyl designs actually, like, it was decent, and then they had these weird, like, that patterns on the ends would, like, flip up. It was really bizarre. And then they, like, made some big pattern changes where all the back windows were, like, this short, and then they made them, like, an inch too long. It was really weird. Camera 2. Whoa! Sorry, I'm excited. We gotta figure out how to switch between all these. So we're gonna play around though. And then I get to do fun stuff like this. Isn't that fun? Technology, man, I tell you. We may never use the GoPro ever again. So it hasn't crashed yet. It hasn't actually crashed yet. Camera 1. Camera 1. Super chat. There's a super chat. T-Jet, what's up, buddy? Oh God, just joined in time for the Plotter Wars again. Yeah, man. Thank you so much for the 5. I really appreciate it. We're making moves today. This is fun. This is really fun. It's working. Oh my God, it's working. Holy shit! So I'm guessing it's the software, which had like a weird error when you start up the software, or like when you install it. And I'm trying to think of how to describe it. Where's my glass aid? I really need it. My wife gave me one, a brand new one, and did I lose it? Where is it? I should have it. Come on, don't do this to me now. That's like the last thing. That's the last thing that we need. Camera 2. Boys. My wife is gonna kill me. She just gave me a roll. Camera 4. Camera 4. I'm gonna have to say, like, I'm gonna have to put an before I do anything. I think it's in the car. I really, 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 really need it. Oh God! It's not here! You're kidding me. How? Do I not have? I don't have my own product! How do I not have it? It's got to be around here somewhere. Hey, buddy. Hi. How you doing? All right. Well, my wife gave me one. Camera 1. You set up 6 cameras and then forget. You're gonna forget too. All right. How? It was in this pocket too. That's a funny thing. Is like I had it in here, and now I don't have it. And now we're burning time, right? Time. Never enough time. Maybe I can. This is my hoodie. Whoa! Holy Canon. Diamond! What the fuck? Diamond with $100. What the fuck, man? Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Love your videos, watching, and the Zelda... Always watch... Love your videos, always watching, and the Zelda music helps. Dude, thank you so much. That's fucking huge. Guys, clap it up in chat for Diamond. Dude, that's awesome. I'm glad you like the Zelda music. I'm looking for things that aren't going to get me DMCA flagged, but are still somewhat recognizable and just fun. So, I did find some things on YouTube for it. So, that's cool. Thank you, though. That's insane. Aw, you guys are nice. Thank you for clapping it up for Diamond. Camera 1. Wait, we should probably put it on. See, I need the software, because there's... Hi. Hi. There we go. Camera 2. See, that's why I need, like... There's one feature. So there's one feature I'm lacking if I can't get that software up. And what it allows me to do is actually reset all the cameras. I'm making sure the stream didn't reset. Crap, I gotta stop saying that. So what happened was, like, they enabled hotkey support, so you can actually, like, turn back the gimbals to, like, a default position or, like, pre-programmed positions. Are you guys gonna kill me? I'm gonna kill myself if I can't find it. Oh, I got enough. We got 2 little ones, so we're gonna make this work. This will work. This is gonna be a Frankenstein glass age project, but damn it, it's gonna be enough. I would just feel really bad cutting on this back window, that's all. Dude, I really appreciate the support, though. That's insane. It, like, you guys see, I genuinely put a lot of effort into what goes in these streams. Whether it be cameras, whether it be, like, I want to try and make the best stream that I possibly can. And I understand for some people, like, seeing a GoPro the whole time is just really jarring. And I've never liked just that. But static cameras aren't good enough. They're just not. So now that these things exist, these should be better. But we still have GoPro. We still have it. When am I going to do a monthly subscription for Glenn? Never? I don't really think it's worth a monthly subscription. It's one of those things where, like, I mean, maybe if you kind of know how much you're going to order, but I don't usually hop on subscriptions for a product like that. Camera. It was really funny. The one time, I have it somewhere. I know I have it. I'm sorry, Patrick. Don't hate me. I have you. It's in here. I know it is. I'm just really trying to catch up right now. So I keep both in case I forget that like I misplaced that damn little pouch. Oh, I got a heat gun already set up. What am I doing? Oh, okay. Well, cool. We're losing our minds. Hey! Canon. Mari Lopez with a 5. Inspired to add tinting to my detail services. Thanks for always sharing your knowledge. And you got this camera system going good. Aloha from Hawaii. Oh, very cool. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much for the 5. No balloon? I was going to set it up on stream, and then the stream kept crashing. So we ran into some significant problems. So I would have it up. I just got to get going on this car. I'm so sorry. Next time. Camera 1. Yes! Ah! It works. It's working. You guys have some idea now. You guys have some idea. But when things just catastrophically break on you and you have no idea why, it's just like, dude, okay. So a long time ago, I actually have a little story on my first multi-camera live streaming setup, because this is not it. Years ago, when I was actually at my dad's shop, Auto Tint City, I had 3 computers, and each one of the computers was set up in a Google Hangouts, and I would set those Google Hangouts to call each other. And then the cameras would switch. Basically, when they heard which sound was the loudest, it would make it more full screen, so I'd capture that window. And I'd just like walk around and bounce back and forth. That was like back in 2014? No, 2012. Holy shit. Camera 3. Oh, this is so fun. Best towels? There's waffle weave towels from the Rag Company. Get those. The yellow ones, those are from Costco. I think the waffle weave ones would probably be better. But you have, like, these were convenient. So it's like weighing convenience with, like, what you actually need. Camera 1. All right. Got to make sure we have that key. Every detailer recommends towels from the Rag Company, or at least a lot. Okay, not everyone, but a lot of them do. So I'd take their words for towels over a window tinter's. We will pick up towels from like Walmart and other places like that. All right. So we got a hope. Camera 3. So we got a hope. Hi. That our slip solution is still okay. It's been sitting for a minute, but it's cold in here. So part of this is for you guys, and part of this is for me. I'm going to do some weird switching just to see what things look like after the stream. And I may readjust the cameras too. This is all just like trial and error for me. You never know until you go live. But what I'm really happy about is I think I figured out exactly why we crashed the first time. So if it randomly does it again, I think I'm going to lose my shit. I think I'm going to lose my shit. GoPro. GoPro. Isn't this lovely? I think one of the most exciting parts, though, is that when I reset the whole computer, everything just kind of like popped back up. So I was really concerned that the cameras would not populate, and I'd have to like deactivate and reactivate them. They just worked, and so that's really exciting. It's got to be their software at this point, I think. Watch this. Watch this on the fly. Camera 3. I've tinted 3 cars during this stream. Yeah, if I was just tinting, we would be better off. But my dumbass likes streaming too much. GoPro. GoPro. But the more that we stream, the better we get, and then the more little things we can take on and the faster that we get. It's like learning how to hand cut, right? The better you get, the faster you get, and then you can take on more cars. So if we can juggle and successfully just push ourselves to get better with all the technical stuff, we hopefully can take on more things. OBS or Streamlabs OBS? I'm using regular OBS right now. I'm using Streamlabs right now. Oh, no, I'm sorry. OBS, not Streamlabs. But Streamlabs legitimately looks good. They're built off of the same program. It's just Streamlabs is owned now by Logitech. And so they're trying to make a lot of add-on services, so they have like multi-streaming and stuff. It's pretty cool. Whoa. I feel like that might be far, but we'll go with it. GoPro? GoPro? So it really, I don't know. It depends on what your goals are. If you want a program that's a little bit more user-friendly, probably Streamlabs would be good. But they both essentially do the same thing. It's just Streamlabs has like a paid subscription to add on to it, and they have a lot of interesting things. So I think it would be 100% worth paying for if you're using it for like a serious stream, if they have a couple things that you actually use. But that's up to you. I still have to adjust like some of the quality or the settings on like the mobile, on the follow me cameras. So this GoPro is looking pretty good now. The other ones can be adjusted. I just had 0 time. Which isn't entirely true. I had some time this morning, and then I fell asleep. But now I'm awake. And then like home life with the baby. So the baby's got like some congestion now, so we have to keep like going and like sucking out boogers. Ooh, that was a good question. What was that? I've been curious about this question. What's the difference between dyed carbon and ceramic, and how would you go about pricing? That is a pretty loaded question. So the simple answer, because there's a lot of videos that kind of break down what the differences are, but basically dyed is literally a polyester with dye in it, and that colors the film. You don't get a lot of performance out of that. Ooh, what are you doing? What are you doing now? Hi. Camera 2. There we go. Carbon actually has carbon in it. And you can have a dyed carbon and you can have just carbon. So there's like 2 main components there. It's like the carbon adds coloring, and it also adds some performance to it. So you can get both color and performance out of the carbon. So like the GeoShield C2 is only carbon. There's no dye in it. So it's 100% dye free. When you go into ceramic, you get better performance, but you need to get your color out of something. So you can either add carbon or you can add dye. So like ceramic is the best of the best, but it can change a little bit depending on how they decide to color the film, I guess, a little bit. So adding more stuff to it will typically introduce more haze, but the finer they get those carbon and ceramic particles, where you get the term nano from, nano carbon, nano ceramic, the clearer the film is. So dye, believe it or not, is actually the clearest of them all because it doesn't have any additives. It's just dyed, but you don't get that performance. Do I use a light mist with my tank if I have too much soap? Whatever. I can't necessarily, probably, but it's really like just try it out and see how the film slides. If using more of a light mist works better for you, it's not like a hard rule. GoPro. GoPro. Saw Patrick at his new shop. Yeah, he's tinting out in Orlando with Ultimate. Which, yeah, their setup, like, it's small, but that's the way I felt for a long time. You don't need a big fancy shop. You don't. I didn't need 3,000 square feet. I don't fucking want 3,000 square feet. It's the way you present yourself and working up, like, cause, like, it can have an impact on the types of customers that you get here and there, but it's like most people go off of referrals or reviews, and they'll look around and make their own decision, I guess. This should probably be down. Camera 2. Camera. Half a mil's pretty good. Half a mil's a year. Well, like, the thing about that is, like, that sounds like a big number, and it definitely is a good size number, but when you're paying all your employees and expenses and stuff, that definitely adds up. Because as a tinter, you want to make, what, at least 50. At one place, I was making, shit, I did 90 in 1 year. But it's got to work for both you and the business. So 500 is really good, but you definitely want to open another location at 500. Unless you're just a one-man operation, which they definitely are not. But it's very, very good. There's a lot of places that only seem to do like 150 to like 200,000. Camera 1. Dang! We have a stream! Oh, this is exciting. This is very, very, very exciting. It's working. We figured out the issue. Oh, I'm happy. Canon. Makes me all warm and fuzzy inside. Hey, it's working. Thankfully. Tips for a golf back window? Leave extra film. Golf windows are tricky. You're gonna have to put a fair amount, like a lot of it kind of tries to squeeze together on you and burn towards that corner. Lift it, pull it, and just try and go evenly if you can, but they're still difficult. What? Hey Matt, just got my new window film magazine and I saw your smiling face in it. Oh, what? Am I? Am I in the window? I was in the like conference brochures. They didn't even talk to me. They just sent me around. Am I really? Can you post that in the group for me? I'd love to see that. I wonder if it's got to be the same picture. Camera 1. God, I'm getting distracted. Just see somebody, what? Oh, congrats on the baby. Thank you. Have done a lot of cars from your videos. We'll be flying from SoCal. Oh, can't wait for the classes. Thanks, man. I really appreciate that. I want to get the classes done. As you can see, we get distracted with streaming and stuff like that. I want a fair balance between that. I still have another shop that I tint for. But I'm doing actually a very small class next week for 2 days, but it was kind of like an impromptu thing for somebody that's local. I'm hoping that's gonna spark like some type of like, okay, I can do this and I can manage some other stuff. Camera 4. Camera 4. Hey! We're getting there. We don't need any of that. All right. How do these look on snap shrinking? Let me do this. Come on. There we go. Does that work? Does that help? Probably not. I think we got to move that one closer. Tinting right now is secondary. It's all about the stream. Wait, what are we doing on this? Oh my god, I'm so dumb. Oh, we messed up. We messed up hard. See, this is why. Camera 2. This is why. This is why we can't lose our minds too much. Camera 1. Camera 1. What a dumb dude. Can't even pick the right shades for the car. We're supposed to put 5 on the back. We're doing 35 in the front, 5 on the back. But it's fine, because they're easy to cut. Camera 2. Really? You blinked. Well, we'll catch up. We'll get this down, one way or another. GoPro. GoPro. Let's put the rolls right next to each other so we definitely mess it up. It was 35 and 5%. That's the part that I just screwed up. And I should have known better. I should have known better. But I got distracted. But it's all good. You know, we're supposed to probably have this done about in the next half hour. What do I think about Alpha Plus from Avery Dennison? I've actually never even heard of that. I've heard of NR and NR Pro, and then there's ceramic. But I haven't heard of Alpha Plus, so I do not know, actually. Is it new? All right, so let's get this cut. Easy. I probably should cut it. The way this one like shifts, or not shifts, but has that little lip, we're gonna recut this. And then we're gonna pull it back down. I should have gone from this way to this way. It's still okay, but it's just like something I can adjust right now. So that way that curve is a little bit more where it should be. Nothing that would have shown a gap quite really, or at all, but while we can fix it, we might as well fix it. All right. Hopefully we didn't pull it too far down. Like I said in the post for the stream, this is either going to be fire or a dumpster fire. It started to be a pretty bad dumpster fire. Where do I get my tools from? Oh, I meant to answer that question, but when I start talking about something else, I forget. I get them from Tint Depot. So link in the description. Should bring you to a page that has a recommendation, like a recommendation page of everything that I use. They've been good supporters of the stream, so much appreciated. So some film companies will sell tools as well, but like you can get tools a lot of places, but I like Tint Depot. They're pals. They're good buds. They actually sent me a giant banner too. It's like 10 feet by like 13 feet. I gotta hang it up. It's over there. God, I wish I could have the resets. That's the only thing, but we can't get too greedy today. No more 30 degrees for top edge? I do, but sometimes when I'm scrambling, I just like I like half forget them. So what's interesting about some cars versus others, like when you get into like some like more Asian cars, like so Kia, they use thinner glass. So like your top edges aren't like the big curved whatevers. They're like really thin. They aren't laminated. They aren't anything like that. They're just like thin top edges, and they have like looser side seals too. Okay, shrinking. Did we do that one? Camera. Every time you say camera, I think of Wayne's World. I actually haven't seen it, but I would like to think of something else, but then I have to remember what I think of, because before we actually called it oh, I don't want to say. We had a different name for the camera before on the last stream, but now I've got 4 of them. So like if I name them or have a funny name for them, which I want to do, it's going to get a little confusing. Camera 3. I don't like that. It's behind me. So today we have a window that we're going to shrink. Canon. GoPro. Well, that was my bad. I meant to say GoPro, and I said the other thing. But we'll get there. I was looking for a remote where I could switch in between the different cameras, but my hands are always busy. So I actually think, for as annoying as it might be for me to constantly say it right now, it works out really, really well. It looks impressive, thank you. What's next on the list of tech upgrades? Well, goddamn, we just got this one. We just got this one. Camera 2. Can't we just enjoy this before we really move to like something else? Like, come on. I don't know, because cameras was like the thing. Camera 4. Oh, cool. Cameras was like a significant upgrade, and I don't really. I feel like there's shortcuts. I think the next thing on the list is actually shortcuts for the cameras that make them point to places that help out what we're trying to do here. So like one thing I did on the, is it working? Cool. One thing I did on the last stream was I actually picked up a back window and then went from one of those cameras to to the GoPro, and then it was like really seamless. So I want to do stuff like that. But if we go too far overboard, which this is borderline overboard, but I think it kind of works. Camera 1. See? See, that's where we kind of like drop off a little bit. So we got to get our reset back in order, and we got to get some other stuff working. We're opening another one because, again, we forgot to set up our bar. Oh wait, no, he dropped off at like 12:45, so it should be done by like 4. Oh, we're doing okay. We're doing okay. Right? Right? Good. Can I use dyed film for one-piece back window? Oh yeah. Yeah, you can use cheap dyed film. Dyed film's like the OG window film. So, GoPro. So, window film, like, it's really started as just dyed polyester, and then they've added to it over the years. You do not need a carbon or ceramic to tint windows at all. That's just if you want to go above. And you basically have, like, as a business, you want to have different options for your clients and help them make the best decision for them. Yes, you want to make more money, but like you should have the different types of films and let them make a decision. All right, so we are crossing our fingers. Is this gonna work? Hi. Camera. Oh, it's a little high. You see what I mean? So if we could make it, like, tell it to go lower. GoPro. So that's really, like, the challenge that I guess we're going to be dealing with. We're not necessarily going to be adding to it. We're going to be refining what we have already. Because what we have is very, very good. Any hair on gaskets? No, these ones are rubber set. They're pretty loose. The only thing is, like, this is a little smaller than some doors, but it's really not bad at all. I mean, it could be. Like, I guess we'll find out a little bit more. Like, I've done these before, but, like, what is it? We did a car last time, and then we creased it right in here, and we had to redo it. So hopefully we don't have to do this one twice. Hopefully just once. So when I have more, like, a little bit more time later on, so coming back for the next stream, we might be able to program some presets. But I'm pretty leery, actually, with the software right now, so I gotta, like, maybe do, like, an offline stream test and see if that's really what stopped it. But shoot, man, it's been running great. So I'm guessing it's gotta be. What's the best triage to get? I switch back and forth. The blue is medium. The yellow is harder, and the pink is the softest. So I would get all three of them. The reason I bounce back and forth between a lot of them is because, honestly, sometimes one is just cleaner than the next. They're all really good. I think I gravitate more towards, like, the pink or the blue, but they're all really, really good. Or the purple Triage edition. No, not Triage, sorry. Tint Wiz edition. Can you, but I never got them. I should have messaged them about it. Pinks are like really good for touch-ups too. So, Tint Wiz plug. Oh yeah, we gotta plug some Tint Wiz. They're big supporters of the stream too. This is gonna sound like a noob question, but why does hardness matter? Sometimes you really want, like, sorry, we gotta scoot this over just a little bit more. You want a little harder tool depending on like what you're dealing with. So most windows, you'll be fine with all like the same hardness, but like if you have like a little speck or something that you're trying to crush out, the harder the better. But you can kind of take that in steps. GoPro, GoPro. Same thing with like squeegees, right? You have some softer squeegees and you have some harder ones. And sometimes people just like a real stiff squeegee. So some of it is personal preference and some of it's like for use cases. There's like a million different tools and nobody like settles on all the same tools. Everybody has their own little preferences and such. Just want to make sure we're not over. We are very, very close, but we're looking good. Like this one, this isn't a tri-edge, this is actually the Easy Reach Blue. There are no noob questions. Only noob answers. Yeah, I don't mind basic questions at all. The way to look at like, so if somebody's been watching these streams for a long time, they will have heard a lot, but anybody, like there's always new people coming in. So I always keep that in mind. I will answer the same question a million times. There we go. So unfortunately, this plastic is not sticking quite as nicely as like this is one of those panels where it's just not. So on the last car, I think it did. But on this one, it's not. What percentage is this? This is 35 in the front, and then we're doing 5 on the back. What's the cover called? So this is Carpet Shield, but it works. It still works, but it'll stick to like the metal surfaces and plastic surfaces better than it sticks to door panel surfaces. But it's like a 50-50 shot. Some of them it works, but a lot of the soft touch stuff doesn't work quite as good. And we definitely should have brought our extra towels. But, you know, we're going to save some towels for the very end and make this much cleaner. And then we can also squeegee it, too, as well. Okay, so now that that's done, let's get that one out of the way. And let's worry about this back door. See, that's the other thing, like, about cameras, man. Like, I'm on one side, and then I'm on the other side, and then you're like, you gotta walk around, like, it's just so tough. It's so tough to, like, figure out your camera angles. Camera 2. Camera 2. %? Would I be able to see with 50%? Was that the question? 5% is going to be dark. 50% is like hardly tinted. When the whole thing, like you can still tell a little bit, but it's basically see-through. I have 35 on my windshield and like 20 on the doors and something else. Let me squeegee this off. I just want to get a better look at it. The roads are so salty. Camera 3. So like, your rags get so scuzzy so fast. You just want to double check everything. Sure. What happened? No, nothing happened. I just want to make sure. Well, I want to make I want to make sure. Did the stream crash? I don't think so. I think we're all good. So your internet is trash. Hell yeah. It was only my fault 2 or 3 of those times. Oh, then my internet is just shit. Well, you're still here. So if it really crashed, it would be gone. It would be black screen. It give you the little YouTube thing. Camera 2. Does that angle even work? Does it? Kind of? Like, can we do this? You see what I mean? It's kind of like just floating and not really sticking to here, but it'll stick to like these more plasticky bits and stuff. So this is definitely not ideal. %20 on the windshield. I wouldn't go quite that dark. 35 is really, really dark for a windshield. I only go as dark as 35, and that's like decently dark. So if you're gonna want to tint, like you can go darker on the sides and still see pretty well. 35's easier. 20% starts to become a challenge when you're going down darker roads and stuff. Like a little bit of a challenge, not too bad. But you're mostly looking at like your windshield. Do the zoom? Didn't I do that? Oh, I did. Yeah, it is zoomed in. GoPro. GoPro. Yeah. Like, enhance. But it's all preference. Let's try this. Camera. Look at this. We're doing different angles. You guys seen the GoPro angle too long. Look, now we pick it up, right? So this is how we pick it up, and then we let it like float, kind of here, right? And then I'll let it hang off of one side and not touch the paneling. And then you kind of have that like limp roll right there, like a surfer wave. And then I'll roll it up and then tuck it into this side. GoPro. GoPro. And then there we go. Dang, that's so seamless! I wish I could monitor it without actually like looking back at the computer. So maybe I should get a monitor for this side. Ooh. There we go. God, now I'm thinking of tech upgrades. I'm always thinking about tech upgrades. But it's like, I look for things that make an improved stream quality for both you and me. So that's things that will either make my responses faster. So like if I had a monitor here, I would know if I switched cameras and stuff. And then I could read chat a little bit better. So when I miss something, I don't have to run back around the car. But I have a... it's probably going to be a little while. Camera 2? Did it work? Did it work? No. Camera 2? Camera... Ha! Look, see? I'm getting out of the way so you guys can see. Look. And then we're going to tuck it. This is the new... Is this good? Is this good? What am I trying to say? Content? Is this good content? Is this good content? GoPro? GoPro? See, I don't know if it actually changed or not. I'm just assuming that it did. So you have to leave a very distinctive delay, which is kind of good, because then you don't make mistakes and accidentally switch when you don't want to. So I'd rather have it be very distinctive than not, but, you know, it is what it is. Okay. So we need film for the back. Camera. Ooh, we are zoomed. We are zoomed. Stop that. We need this roll. This roll right here. So for these back windows and most back windows, I usually use a 36 because I need film for that quarter. So what I'll do is I'll lay out my film on the back window, and I got this nice little extra. It's typically enough on the vast majority of cars to work for the quarter windows. So I will size this up, split it, right? Tack it in place so it's not going to walk away from you. And then look where my line is, and then cut about that. But if you need extra film for shrinking, then you can use this just for the shrinking bit if you need to. See? Now we have our film for a quarter. It's a little dark. But if you prop a door open, you can kind of look through to a lighter surface and then cut. So on this one, GoPro. What we have here is actually quite a bit of room. So we have a border nicely around the whole thing, definitely a lot at the bottom. So you can basically just make a nice round cut along the whole thing. And pretty much know, this edge is a little offset from here. So keep that in mind. So if you don't shift it back over or something, just there we go. Assess. Sometimes you have nice, easy quarters like this. These ones are definitely on the very easy side. Push it around this. Usually 1/8 is pretty solid. Yes. 1/8 is pretty good. That's what we need. That's what we need. Camera. So we're just gonna do a teeny tiny little, just a zoop, which you don't even necessarily have to do, but you can. Camera 2. You know, last stream was definitely a disaster, but we learned a lot. It was really we'll do better this time, but I'm bringing in a lot. Was not expecting a PC crash, let alone 2 of them. Here we go. GoPro. GoPro. So we definitely have enough of a border around the whole thing. So we are good. We're a little... Oh, we just butt up against the plastic there. So it tucked right under. Look at that. Plenty on that. So we got a few drips down the door. Not quite perfection, but, you know, better than leaving them uncovered, which is what I do at the glass shop. So everything, camera 2. Camera. So everything kind of gets a bath. I gotta get that pause down. Because, like, it starts to blend things together a little bit. So it's like you have to be very distinctive. Come on. There we go. I gotta empty my trash cans. I didn't have time to do that. Sprayers are good. Like, I love the tank sprayers. When I started using it, I never wanted to go back. And I haven't. I used the pump sprayers for a very, very long time. Camera 1. They're like... They're a little overkill, but I never took the time to get used to the trigger sprayers. But there's guys that they've used tanks, they've used pump sprayers, and they swear by the trigger sprayers. And those are people that use tank sprayers for a while. So I never liked the look of them. Like, my hands hurt even looking at them. Got my Detroit Tint Studio keg. Oh, nice. Very cool. I guess we gotta add those to the site, huh? I gotta hit them up. I gotta hit them up for my commission. Which was not undisclosed, which was not discussed. It was kind of just like, yeah, okay, that's fine. But it's cool. I appreciate you liking the stream so much that you got the logo on a keg. That's cool. Camera 4. Dang! What's your favorite heat gun? I think it's really... If I use the Porter cable one, I usually would say the Porter cable. But I think I just keep going back to the little Wagners, and they're cheap little shits. They feel like toys. But I think the little Wagners, an interesting one that a couple guys have actually brought up was the new one from Harbor Freight. They used to have the Drill Masters, and I guess they have something different. GoPro. But we haven't really worked into much more expensive heat guns either. So there's like the Fusion one, Steinelt, and there's some other ones. So like the more expensive that you go with heat guns, the more features they try and add that window tinters just don't need. So they have sometimes like cool down features and whatnot. I tried the cool down features on worser made heat guns, like $60 to $80 ones, and they just They just sucked, man. Like, those heat guns broke way faster than the $20 Wagners, which is, like, first thing is, like, in a heat gun, I think, is probably reliability. You just need to know that you can count on it and have and spare in your truck, right? So, if you buy, like, a $200 to $300 heat gun or whatever, chances are you're only going to buy one of them. But if you go to get a Wagner, you might go get 2 or 3 of them. So you always get a backup. Camera 4. Dang it, I did again. Camera. I always do that. I gotta stop that. Oh, it's a terrible angle anyways. I'm just blocking the thing. Camera 1. See? You see why this is tough? It's like you set up a camera to, like, clearly illustrate. Camera 4. To clearly illustrate, and then you just walk in the way and nobody can see shit. So that's why we need, like, I had one of the follow me cameras. And then I realized I think I'm trying to get this one camera to do too much. The solution is not find the perfect spot for it, but get 4 of them. And then if you can get it to work well enough and seamless, like, it's got to be seamless. It can't be like me running back and forth trying to get cameras and stuff. It's got to be seamless. But I don't know. Could you guys even see that? Do we need to zoom? Do we need that? Did it zoom? It should have. GoPro. It's a little far back, and that's because it's got to catch me walking around. But, like I said, we're going to come up with a few presets, I think. But then there's other changes too, right? There's this car, and then there's, like, a truck. So whatever a preset for a car is, we have to have a different preset for a truck. And then we have to park that in basically the same spot every time that's, like, where you want it. Like, there's so many little things that can just not be quite right. But we'll solve it. We've made it this far. Technology is catching up. Now we can make the stream that we've always wanted. And then viewership will decline because all people ever want to watch is a GoPro view. Hurts, man. All right. Camera. Yeah, this is really far. Is this? Oh, I zoomed it out. Why did I do that? That was dumb. It doesn't tell you if it's already zoomed in or out. I didn't realize it already was zoomed in. GoPro lags a bit? Yes, the GoPro is behind by like 1.5 seconds. Sometimes a little sooner, sometimes a little later. So the GoPro is over RTMP, and there's no way to speed that up. The only thing I would have to do is slow all the other cameras down. But the problem, GoPro. The problem with that is the GoPro's latency is inconsistent. Sometimes it's a second, sometimes it's 1.25 seconds, and sometimes it's like 3/4 of a second. So it's always changing. So when you see my face, you know that the audio is not synced. When you're not looking at my face, it's a little bit harder to tell when the audio is not synced. Therefore, I can get away with it. but it's not ideal. So you like if you guys are really paying attention, you'll like hear my squeegee hit the glass, and it's probably going to be off. I don't know how far it's off until after I watch the stream. So, how do you not get trash? How do you not get flash? How do you not get trash when you're flushing? Well, you flush it down, and it goes bye-bye, like a toilet. I can tell with the heat gun. Yeah, that's a good one, because it's got a very distinctive click. And then the whir sound. Why do you tap the window when installing? It might be to shift the pattern. I don't exactly know when I did it, but it's usually to like, if it starts sticking, you kind of like tap it to like try and jar it, and then that'll free it up from all tyranny. Camera 1. That works. Good deal. Jaybird, you know some of these. Does the blue tool scratch? It can. It's got that potential for sure. Your other streams are better with only the GoPro? Dang, dude. Dang, dude, that feels bad. We might have gone too far. Guys, shut it down. I do wonder that, but we're gonna roll with this for a while because. We'll see. There's actually another streamer that uses these types of cameras. And I didn't find it jarring at all. He's like all over the fucking place. He's got an 8,000 square foot warehouse. He zips all over it in go-karts and shit. And I don't know. I didn't find it jarring at all. I thought it was really interesting because of the rate he changed them made it feel more like a show. So I will look at it after the fact. Right now, I'm just very excited to have them. GoPro. GoPro. We'll figure out a balance. Right now, everybody's been watching only on GoPros, so you're going to be used to it. But I've heard the opposite too. There's too much GoPro. Like, that's all it is. So, it can be jarring for other people to only watch POV off of a GoPro. So, you should save Patrick from that shop and get him in yours. 1, I don't have work for him. And 2, fuck the cold, man. He ain't coming up here. We got shit weather right now. Not very many people want to come up to the north. I want to get out of here. Although he would have better streaming opportunities. But income needs to be there too. But you see that, right? With all these places and stuff? Like, you can see that it's just, there's no room to do this in a shop. Not unless you make space and time for it. Lunch? What the fuck? Do you guys take lunch breaks? I used to kind of take like lunch breaks, and then the work just became so much. But what would happen is I'd take a lunch break, and they wouldn't stop the appointments. They wouldn't schedule a lunch break. It would just be like, oh, you just burned a half hour of your day away. Go catch up. So it almost became like punishments to take like a lunch break. It sucks. Who wouldn't want their cars tinted by Matt and Patrick? A lot of people that just frankly don't watch YouTube tint videos. Like, a lot of the customers that I get do not watch, like, they don't come from my YouTube channel. It's helped a little bit, but you don't, here's, like, yeah, the channel has a good amount of numbers, like subscribers and video views and shit, but, bro, it's so small in comparison to everything else. You'd like, just, yeah. Yeah, so like when people are searching window tint, there's just as much competition. I just am really strong in the video side of it, but they're not looking, like, they might find a video and not realize where the video is coming from. So usually it's like Google Maps, reviews, you blend in with everybody else, and then after the fact they look into you a little bit more, or maybe maybe they come across a page or something. Camera. Yeah, this is look at this sideways angle. You guys can see all the things from there. GoPro. GoPro. Go down. Thank you. Good deal. Well, we're making significant progress now. I feel like we have caught up. Multiple cameras. We're over it now. It's done. Has anybody asked me for a picture? At the Tint conference, a handful of people. This is as far as it went. I got recognized once at a pizza place. I walked into a... Where was it? Camera. I walked into a... Hungry Howie's? Yeah. It was a Hungry Howie's. And then there was somebody that's like, don't you tint windows? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, oh, I saw your channel. Cool. Yeah. And then that was as far as that went. The end. That's the epitome of the fame. It's people know me in the tinting community, but it's like it's a pretty small community. GoPro. GoPro. That's it. I'm right there with everybody else. Did I tell him no autographs? No. I felt more inclined to leave a decent tip, because then it's like I'm the asshole on the internet that he met in person that didn't leave a good tip for picking up pizzas. That's a non-plugged in heat gun. What tint do we have on that? It's kind of like a mix and match right now, but it's mostly 20 and 35 on the windshield, and then 20 over factory on the back. See, this stuff is just falling back. It's got nowhere to stick to. So it's like being worse. What did we charge? $240. My winter carbon game is weak. I got a lot more interest when people were coming across that carbon video. So I said I wanted to make more videos like it, and it's probably should. I was getting anxiety from tinting. Oh yeah, it'll fuck with you. It'll fuck with you real bad. Especially like, cause like you know every flaw or most of them, and it's a very subjective thing. So when you're showing somebody a tint job that you just did, you just like want everything to last and work good and like look great. But no job is ever perfect. And then you're like, you got time. Like, yeah, it's just like you only have so much time to tint it. You want to make a good impression. You want to do everything that you can. But there's always going to be something. Always going to be something to nitpick, and you just hope that it's good enough. And then it doesn't fail, and then it doesn't peel, and whatever else. So eventually, though, like one good thing to like kind of realize is that there's lots of other people that are doing it. And like everybody else is having those same problems. There's nobody that's perfect, including me. There's lots of people better than me. Camera. Oh, that's far. Can we do that? Yeah, we gotta center it a little bit more. Presets. Maybe we can set up some presets, but I'm excited to play around with this. This is fun. This is fun for me. GoPro. GoPro. Hey Matt, Chris from Vegas. Ordered glass aid and had an issue. Just letting you know I received it today. Oh, I'm really sorry about that, man. Yeah, so like, this was really dumb. There's like some orders that were put in around I'm trying to remember. I don't think it was as far back as November, but it was like mid-December or something. And it was just like, there was a notification that said that they shipped out, right? Or that I made a label. And then I drop everything off inside the USPS drop box, which is like a big metal thing. And then it goes on the other side of the wall in a bin. And it was during like, you know, more holiday rush. Oh yeah, so it would have been December. And then all those orders just didn't update. They're just like, I got the original. Oh, really? Okay. I got the original order also. If you want to charge for the second order, that's cool. Oh, no, don't worry about it, man. You have to wait a long time for it. Good. Okay. Well, thanks. I'm glad that they actually eventually got there. So they got hung up somewhere in their system. I thought it was bizarre that they just didn't update. I thought they took them and then they just didn't scan them or something. But that's cool. No, don't worry about it. GoPro. GoPro. Yeah, like, I'm always one of those people, like, you know, you order something, then you kind of, like, keep an eye on it. And you're just like, oh, I wish it were here now. So it's like, ordering outside of Amazon is kind of funny enough. But when you order off another website, and then it's just like, okay. But yeah, don't worry about it. USPS sometimes has weird issues. They're usually pretty consistent with all their like flat rate envelope stuff. But not this time, unfortunately. Especially with like, with all the, like, earlier in the year, there was, like, major shipping delays. I don't want to say it because sometimes it flags my video. Camera 2. Camera 1. Richie, your videos are unique and the content is priceless. Thanks for everything. Thank you for the 20. That's awesome. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Glad you like the videos. Is this like really zoomed in? Are we really zoomed in? Oh, we are. Thanks. Thank you for supporting the stream. Greatly appreciate it. We do lots of things with cameras that are unnecessary, but fun. Like this. Camera 2. Did it do it? It didn't do it! Camera 2. Dang. Oh, wait, there's another one coming in. GoPro. Fast M. Creases are annoying. ASL. LOL. True, they are annoying. Thank you so much for the 2. I really appreciate that. I think I've got one blade left. What? Did my GoPro stop? Oh, no. No. Guys, we got too distracted. No, it's still there. What? Huh? Hang on, I gotta check a battery. It disconnected from my phone. GoPro. No, we're still good. Good stuff. Oh, we got 21%. We could do a whole nother car with that. Can you leave the stickers on the window? You could, but I wouldn't. It looks bad. Are you using a felt card to shrink the back window? Yes. Yes, I am. Ah. What are your thoughts on crispy old tint removal? This is a big problem for me, especially on the back windows, which can take a very long time, only $80 worth of work. Charge more or fuck that. That was yesterday for me. I went through that exact thing. Okay, so some of you guys are going to be like, ugh, just hearing about this. Here's customer calls, Mercury Marauder, need tint removed and retinted. How many of you guys want to do that? How many of you guys want to do that? Hands in chat. That fucker took 3 hours to remove. And I've tried to explain a lot of times. There's certain cars that you, like, if it's over a certain time frame or whatever, or you just get a good look at it first. And then you're like, oh shit. It was so purple, and it, like, just, first layer wants to peel off, and then that skinny little layer that just flakes into little pieces. Yeah. Charge more or decline it and just say it's not worth the time, or try and charge hourly or something like that. Like, you can't just quote a low rate and then have it take up your entire day unless that's like the only thing that you're doing. Don't just try and accommodate unless you really want that type of business. It's a lot of times it's not worth it. GoPro. Where's my... Oh, we put it down here. Oh, I hope we have battery. Thank you. You're welcome. Yeah, so there was like a little ray of sunshine yesterday in that removal, though. The shop owner, he knew, like, they had to step up and help out with the removal, or it just wasn't going to get done. So he removed a good portion of that car, and at the end, and like a good part through, he's just like, man, this is just not coming off. And I'm like, I know. If I could get it off faster, I would. He's like, man, this really sucks. I'm just sitting here with the steamer pulling off little flakes. I know. It's almost like everything that I say just completely got ignored. But when he had to actually do it himself, he finally, like, it clicked. And it's just like, oh my God. So I'm like, look, I understand that we're going to still do removals, but you need, like, if you're, I'm not here to inspect them before we do them. So what you need to do is, like, say, hey, we can do a removal on it, but we have to sample it before we do it. Because they're a glass shop, and they'll stack up other cars, and they won't leave time. And there's nothing, like, it's just not going to get done. So the compromise there is, like, don't turn away the customer, pull it in back, we'll sample it, we'll see if it actually looks like it's going to peel off or it's going to be a pain. I'll be very honest about it. And then if it's going to take all day, we either have to charge way more or we just will offer to, like, basically try and sell them a back window. Because for a glass shop, believe it or not, replacing a back window is quicker than going through a 3-hour removal. They'll just order up a back window and have a brand new one in and out. Bippity bop. Did they sell them a new glass? We did on one car that I absolutely refused. It was like this brown tint out of Texas, and it was on a Jetta. And I was like, okay, I don't think there's any way I'm going to be able to pull this off. So I tried peeling the top section of it, and it just flaked into teeny tiny little pieces. And then after that, like, after going through a little bit of that, it's like you got the whole deck lid in the way. And it's like, okay, here, I'll put this in terms so you understand. You guys have to yank out the deck lid, and I'm going to be on here for at least 3 hours, and it's 3 in the afternoon, and you guys close in 2.5, and I still have the rest of the car to tint. It's not happening. So then they sold him a back window. Camera. Ooh. I almost forgot this was a hatch. I kind of did. Do you guys know this was a hatch? Some of you know this is a hatch. So we got our nice towel. So we'll put that down there. And then GoPro. So we got a nice border around most of it. It gets a little tight here, but it's rubber, so you can lift that up. And then all along here, we got plenty of room. Very, very good. So we're going to take a clay bar, and we're going to clean it up, and we're going to pop it in. We should put the back window somewhere. Where can we put this back window? Probably the glass board, I think. We'll see. Sometimes what I'll do when I'm on the go is, like, I'll put it halfway, and then I'll pull it off. I'll kind of balance it, pull it off. But I think it's slim enough for me to put on that glass board over there, which I would rather do and then carry it over. So we'll keep it facing the same direction, and then we'll put it here, and we should be plenty good. Look at that. That's great. Take a picture, put it in your plotter software. Bippity-bop. So actually doing that is kind of nice, because now we can clean the outside of the window before we go to tint it. Have a better view. Where is my squeegee? Where's my big one? There it is. This is the bad thing about having a cart. You just put everything on it. Camera. Scrub-a-dub-dub. I like these squeegees, man. It doesn't have to be this one, but like a big clean shower squeegee is like so much better than a rag. Camera 1. Well, that's way too far. GoPro. GoPro. Don't dog on my MacTac. Dang, dude. We back to harping on my MacTac again. That's nice when it's been raining. Haters gonna hate. What? What was that? Fast M with the $2. Mingle to the light. What does that mean? Thank you. Thank you for the 2. What does mingle to the light mean? I have no idea. The MacTacs get better with age. I mean that. That's why I still have it. I would have changed it out a long time ago. But the longer you have it, like, there's this point where it's better. Matt's musty MacTac. I will agree with you, it looks gross. But I don't care because it's better. Some tools wear out. Most tools wear out. MacTacs get better. Savior 5. It's not about the money for a MacTac. Shit, I sell them. What was that? Love the GoPros look the most. Cameras are awesome. I'll look at the footage. I know there's going to be people that feel this way, and it just... Look, I get it. I get it. There's part of me that is like, no, fuck you. But to me... There we go. Another 2. From Fast, mingle to the dawn. What? What are you saying? Thank you. Thank you for the 2. I don't understand. If anybody can explain, please do. So, I know there's a little bit of tweaking I have to do with the cameras. I think they're great additions, and there's some tweaking that needs to be done to both the look of them and where they're helpful and where they're not. It would genuinely kill me inside if I should just 100% always do a GoPro stream. It just would. Because as a tech nerd, like, you want to make everything as, like, the fuck? You want to make it as both helpful as possible, and, like, you want to have fun with your tech, right? Like, I'm a big tech geek. This is fun for me. The tech side of it is fun. So I definitely think they add something, but I don't want whatever they add to take away from what we're actually trying to accomplish here either. Everybody was used to the GoPro, so it's going to be a little bit of an adjustment. But I will keep that in mind and try and just set them up in places where they make sense. So maybe we're not always skipping a ton. I don't know. I'm just going to do what I think is the best. Was that another 2? T-Jet with the 2. Mingle to the dingle. What the fuck are you guys talking about? Mingle to the dingle. GoPro. GoPro. I never thought I would get a super chat that ever said anything along the lines of mingle to the dingle. So Merry Christmas. I think the funny bit, though, too, about content creation is, like, you can easily overthink what you're trying to do. And there's a lot of people that are successful that just never thought about it, and they just kept doing something. So it's like some of the top streamers, well, that's not true. There's one in particular. His stream, like a few of them, their streams look like garbage, and they just don't care. But it never mattered. Camera. Steven with the 3. A dingle whoop-dee dingle mingle doopity bop. And a zip doop dop. And a boop boop boop. Oh, who fucking knows, man. Thank you for the 3. I almost forget that's a super chat. GoPro. You know, part of me also hopes to, like, we're not abandoning the GoPro by any means, but it's like, the GoPro, like, we always got to keep an eye on the battery, and then we always got to make sure it's, like, it's juiced, right? Because the GoPro dies. So we got to do things that, like, sometimes it doesn't connect, and sometimes it does wonky things, and then it's, like, more tech difficulties, and, like, it would be nice just to turn on the stream, click live, and then connect, and then bip-a-dip-bop. Like you guys say, zoopity-bip-a-dip-bop, dingle to the mingle, right? And then dingle to the mingle. It's been a minute since I've seen your live. But the hot swap, though? Yeah, that's hot swapping batteries and hot swapping camera angles. See, this is already clean now. I was going to wipe it off. Squeegees are busted. Then you wipe it off with a towel. Do you need to use dryer sheets? No, I try to stick to dry shrink prep more. But the problem with me is I misplace the thing a lot. So I have the little baggie, and I put the baggie in my box, and then I go to my box, and then I'm like, where's the thing? It should be here. So it's in there, but then I have a box of dryer sheets, and the dryer sheets are convenient because you just keep picking sheets out. So the box never leaves, but the sheet does. Like the glass aid, 100%. We did that shit today. I just misplace things. Like I'm scatterbrained. I put shit here. I put shit there. I misplace keys. Like until I really like get my process down to pure muscle memory where I'm not even thinking about it anymore. The problem right now is jumping back and forth between here and symbols still. If I just could rely on my stuff in one place, it wouldn't be as bad. But what's that stuff you're spraying? This is just a glass cleaner, Sprayway. This is good glass cleaner. They're all good, for the most part. Sprayway is like pretty busted though. It's pretty dingle to the mingle. We gotta push this corner a little bit, so we're gonna lower this window. Make sure that's that. It's pretty God damn it, what am I even saying? Pretty dingle to the mingle. It's like, well, every once in a while on a stream we start talking about weird shit. This is one of those streams. There was like a little booble up here. And so we had to make sure it was pressed out, but there's like still a little speck here. There we go. Looking good. Camera. Whoa, what are you doing? Hi. Yo, dude. T-Jet with the 3, thank you. Ever lost the trash can? Thankfully, no. Trash cans are one of those things that just stay. Thank you for the 3. I wouldn't be surprised, though, if there was, you know, one of those days where I'm just like, the computer's missing! Who knows? GoPro. GoPro. So we're just in the final touch-up stage. We got like the little dingle, little mingle dingle right here. I don't know what dry shrinking is. Oh, so dry shrinking, that smeary shit, dryer sheets and stuff that I put on the back window and then lay the film over that, that's dry shrinking. Mingle with Pringles. There you go. We've peaked on mingle dingle rhymage. So like there's a few different ways to shrink. There's wet shrinking and then there's dry shrinking. And then there's like a handful of different things that you can use as your like smear material, right? So the dryer sheets, they're dryer sheets. They're like some tinter found some cheap shit that would work. They're not exactly the safest things to use, but they work well. So tinters have been using for a long time. And then Patrick made something called dry shrink prep. So it's just a little different material, like substance thingy that you smear over the back window. I know I got it somewhere. I just don't know where the baggie is. Well, shit, dudes. It worked. So I'm pretty sure that software was 100% responsible for crashing the stream. So this is something I will update them on, which is good because it helps solve their problems and my problems. Because they incorporated OBS support into their cameras. So these are actually like little streaming cameras, right? Camera 1. I just like it. I like it too much. I don't think I'm ever going to get rid of them. I might have one viewer at the end of this, but I like my cameras. I like them, and I'm not watching the stream. So you all that are watching the stream better learn to like it. Camera 3. See, it's got its place, right? I think the cameras rock. There we go. So the point is, I got to figure out some good spots for them. I got to figure out where they shine and where they kind of suck. Because if I just do this, right? If I'm like, hey, like, look at me tint this car. Like all the fucking Facebook angles. When people on Facebook, I love you guys, but some of you guys that post videos in the group, You take a camera, you put it in a bucket on the ground, and then you walk right in front of it, and it's like, hey guys, watch me tint this car. And it's like, we can't see shit. So, camera 2. Super chat. I gotta read it over by the computer. Canon. Fast M, I'm the savior of the dawn. You, sir, are having a stroke. Thank you. Thank you so much for the 2. The cameras are great. Thank you. I don't want you guys just to say it because I put a lot of work into it. I genuinely want them to be helpful, and I guess that'll show in statistics over time. But they're going to be a little bit of a change. I'm going to try and make them make sense, right? I think they have their place. We'll figure out what that place is, though. When you think about it, Matt is technically talking to himself, but he's not. I know. I talked to the robot voice in my head. The cameras suck. Dang. Dang, dude. Kidding. Love them. Thank you. Is this really the remote start? So this is the key. This key is awesome, by the way. Like, it just feels nice, but they put the buttons on the side, which I guess is, like, cool, because, like, it's just different. Feels nice. But then they put this is the remote start? Really? That's it? Oh, it is. It says key on it. Ew. Build it into this. What the? Why? Why? T-Jet. T-Jet with the 3. The dawn is in my heart. I'm helpless. Devil face. Maybe I'm having the stroke. Maybe chat is normal. Maybe it's all just me talking to myself, which is true, like we said. And maybe we just don't know what is what. Thank you for the 3. All right, so I gotta take a picture. It's 4. Oh, okay, cool. Good deal. I didn't miss the customer. Okay, I'm gonna take a picture, and then we're gonna wrap up because we're pretty much at the end. There is one tomorrow, though. I should say that there is a full car tomorrow at I think 10. So stream will probably be up by 10:30. 2 in a row. Pretty nice. See? This is nice. This is nice. So I'm still working on how to get like a good angle. It's kind of hard to like take pictures of cars that are genuinely different and unique. But we try. We do our best. This is definitely cool. He's got really nice wheels. GoPro. He's got nice wheels and brakes. Like this whole thing. I love the little accents. When you pull it outside, it's like got these like dark chrome bits and stuff. I like these. I like these a lot. I'm not a Kia fan, but this is good. I think that's been like the general sentiment of Kia. It's like most people are like, I'm not a Kia fan, but they're making cool shit now. GoPro. No, Canon. Dang it. Appreciate all the efforts. Awesome for those learning this awesome trade. Thank you. I appreciate that. I try and do my best. That's 8:30 for me. Well, get up. I gotta tell that to myself too. Is Lex in good film? We talk about it a lot. If you listen to some of the other streams, we talk about it a lot. Generally, no. It's cheap for a reason. Alrighty, so we're gonna shout out some super chats. I just don't want it to be anybody's, like, I gotta shut up. Gotta shut up. All right. Super Chats. Thank you so much to all the Super Chats. Efren, T-Jet, Diamond, Mari, Rich, Fast, T-Jet, Steven, T-Jet, Fast, and T-Jet. Thank you all for the Super Chats. I greatly appreciate it. And anybody else also that hanging out in the stream, if you guys enjoyed the stream, you can always join the group. But I'm sure... Oh, no! We can't type because those are hotkeys right now. Join the Facebook group. It's window tint stuff on Facebook. I'm sure most of you guys are there anyways, but the Facebook group has grown a lot. It's pretty good. I think it might be like the biggest tint group now, which is insane because it pretty much grew exponentially over 6 months. So good shit. Thank you guys so much. And with that, we have a stream that we're going to be running tomorrow. We have a full car and a strip. I don't remember what the car is, but probably not exciting as a Stinger. But almost 10K? Yeah. It's like 9.8. It's like 200 a week right now, which is insane. It's a very fast-growing group. And I might have to find some moderators, too. Moderators are tough to find, though, because you got to find people that genuinely want to be there that aren't going to, like, just start striking people down because they feel like it. I genuinely don't want moderators to seem like moderators. I want them to kind of just, like, fit in with the group and already be there. So we might have to find some because there's been a fair amount of spam, and then there's been some things that get out of control, and I'm busy. So it's like I get to it when I see it, or when somebody tags me, but then it's already been like a nightmare, so I don't know. We'll see. But I'm just throwing that out there right now. There's no applications or something like that, but maybe we'll find one. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to end things. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to get in touch with the customer. I'm going to deliver this one, and everything's going to be great. So I will see you guys tomorrow. 10 o'clock, I think, tomorrow. So expect, like, 10 o'clock Eastern, so expect maybe a little bit later than that, because there's always stuff to do. So maybe, like, 10:30, as long as everything goes well. 11 if things suck. And if the car doesn't show up, then you won't see me. So thanks again, and I will see you guys in the next one. I just got to end it because, again, I forgot my end screen. Dang.